What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here, and welcome back to another episode of Transfer Daily. We're on a 2-day streak. We're on a 2 streak now. We're not gonna be missing any Transfer Dailies very soon. So now the stories for today are that perhaps FERREIRA Carrasco could be leaving Atletico Madrid. To where? To Germany or to England? That's gonna be the dispute and the debate today. We're also gonna talk about a departure possibly from Barcelona, as well as a news that comes all the way from France, in which Fellaini could be joining PSG to play with Neymar. Could you imagine Maran Fellaini, bringing the ball down from across from Neymar? Could you imagine that? That would be absolute craziness. And then we actually got a new story that could bring a smile to Liverpool fans all the way around the world, because it seems that Liverpool are ready to get themselves a defender. Yes, you heard that right. Liverpool are actually gonna buy a defender. Finally. So to start off this episode, I've decided to go with the biggest story out there, and that is that FERREIRA Carrasco could be leaving Atletico Madrid to greener pastures. And the idea of this just sounding out of my mouth is completely insane, because Carrasco is out there for me with one of the best wingers in the world. I'm telling you, I watch this guy almost every week because I watch a lot of La Liga, and Carrasco is absolutely insane. I mean, he's mad. He's so good. And in that sense, leaving Atletico Madrid could be a good move for him, actually, I think, because he plays under a system in Simeone where he needs to defend a lot. So moving somewhere to like the Premier League and Germany, where he had a lot more flair in attack, could benefit him greatly. So this news started right away because Simeone has said to the directors and the board of Atletico Madrid that he could be sold. Apparently he got in a dispute with someone called Jose Ortega. He's a physician and coach for Atletico Madrid, very respected and honorable man by all fans and board alike from Atletico Madrid. So basically, if Carrasco messes with that guy, he's going to be very in huge problems, because he's going to have the fans and the club just behind him, and they're going to be looking for his head. So in that sense, it could be a very good option for Carrasco to leave now before any problems get bigger. And apparently this has affected his playing time in La Liga, and we already seen that Carrasco may not be getting enough minutes in this La Liga season as before, and now with incorporation of Vitolo, he could be restricted even more. So in that sense, for me, Carrasco moving to somewhere else, perhaps Arsenal or Chelsea, or in my opinion the best choice for him, Bayern Munich, that has also been linked and interested by this option. I think that it would be the best decision he could take. I think that Bayern Munich now are lacking a left midfielder, and I think Carrasco could be absolutely impressive and could just fit that role immensely. There's something else that makes this story very interesting, and that is the possibility that Alex Vidal from Barcelona could be joining as well in the deal. Apparently now that Alex Vidal is playing good football at Barcelona, scored a goal in the Clásico, his market value could rise a little and could see Barcelona getting rid of this rotational player that we really don't need. In that sense, talking about Atletico Madrid, Carrasco could be seeing even less minutes if Vidal was going to come in. Also, more interestingly, Atletico Madrid seems that they want to include Vidal in some sort of deal with Griezmann. Atletico Madrid said, okay Barca, if you want to get Griezmann by 100 million for the release clause, then you need to get yourself Alex Vidal as well in that deal. And in my opinion, as a Barcelona fan, that isn't bad, actually. That isn't very bad. I'm also going to put this very likely. However, there are other teams that could even offer up more money for someone like Alex Vidal, and those are Sevilla as well as Valencia. It seems that now actually Sevilla is leading the race, but just because of mention with Atletico Madrid, Barcelona could be looking to stall that negotiation with Sevilla and actually focus a little bit more in Atletico Madrid. Moving on now to the next story of this episode, we move all the way from Spain and we go actually to England, where there's an interview made with Antonio Conte in a press conference in which he actually said that he wouldn't miss Arturo Vidal in any of his sides. And that just raised huge amounts of rumors to people like normally the media and other YouTubers perhaps, and just said that, oh my god, Conte wants to bring Arturo Vidal back to Chelsea. But I actually want to refute this because it seems completely mad. He just said that he likes Arturo Vidal in a side, and I mean, who wouldn't want Arturo Vidal? Arturo Vidal is an absolutely complete midfielder, perhaps not as good as he used to be, but he's absolutely amazing, and he's definitely an improvement in someone over like Bakayoko. I think that Arturo Vidal in that side with Kante, and then up top Fabregas replacing Bakayoko could be absolutely amazing. Don't get me wrong, Bakayoko is good, but Arturo Vidal is just way better. Calcio del Mercato in Italy has also said and expressed the desire that Arturo Vidal wants to get more money. He's earning right now 7.5 million per season. That's not a low fee by any means, and it seems that according to them, and according by somebody else called La Carta or something like that, Arturo Vidal could be earning 15 million in Chelsea, and I don't know where you get that information because they haven't even negotiated or anything, so it's absolute crazy what amounts of money Arturo Vidal would like to. However, I'm gonna put this in the bullshit transfer meter. I'm gonna go that is actually kind of bullshit. Just 2 more stories to go, and the next one comes from France, in which Fellaini apparently has decided to join PSG. Apparently PSG also has decided to let Fellaini join them, which is absolute craziness. I know that Fellaini may be looking out for away from Manchester United, but it's absolute nuts that he would join somewhere like PSG. Apparently PSG now has joined the race to sign him because, as we know, his contract is ending at the end of this season. So apparently PSG want to get him in his books as soon as possible, and as we know, if you play FIFA at all in career mode, you know that you can sign players in a pre-contract, and that could happen in this opportunity with Fellaini and also with PSG, but it's just absolute bullshit. I'm gonna call this one total bullshit. This is the bullshit transfer of this episode. It's absolute craziness. I don't think Fellaini will fit at all in PSG. Only if PSG managed to sign someone like Mourinho as a manager, I could see Fellaini coming in, because Fellaini is a completely different player. He's not gonna do anything to the attack. He's just gonna slow you down, and he's not gonna help you win games either, because you got people already like Cavani, like Mbappe, like Di Maria, like Draxler, like Pastore, Verratti, Rabiot. You have so many different players, and even I would say someone like Hatem Ben Arfa could help you more in that team than Fellaini. So it's absolute craziness if he was actually going to leave for PSG. Now for the final story, and probably the most important one. It seems that Liverpool has dropped out of the race to sign Van Dijk, and yet they still found another defender they want to get, and that's actually great news. Last time around, I think that Jurgen Klopp made the mistake of wanting Van Dijk, and then as soon as he didn't have the opportunity to sign him, he just closed his arm and said, I don't want anybody but Van Dijk. But now he realized that his defense is absolute shit, so he actually needs to get a good defender in this time around in this window. So it seems that now this defender is going to be Stefan de Vrij from Lazio. Stefan de Vrij is a very good ball-playing center back. He's going to definitely allow Liverpool to play from the back, something very interesting to see, because I think long passes perhaps from the defense line will open up space up top for someone like Salah, Mane, Firmino, Coutinho, you know the deal. And I think that de Vrij here could be a good signing for Liverpool. Actually, it seems that de Vrij was also interested going to Barcelona. Barcelona had them in their shortlist, and if you had someone in Barcelona shortlist and in Real Madrid shortlist and in people like Chelsea shortlist, you're not doing any wrong if you get de Vrij. I think that de Vrij is a very good replacement for someone like Van Dijk. Perhaps he doesn't have that physicality and that huge, imposement. That's not a word. That's not a word. You know what I mean? Being like that huge defender at the back, like Vidic was in his time. I think that what Van Dijk brings you, but de Vrij may not be that, but it's a good replacement. So Liverpool fans, don't be sad. Apparently de Vrij could be joining you in this window, and it wouldn't be actually bad because he's going to be able to play Champions League. Let's remember, Lazio is not in the Champions League. He's not going to be anywhere near the Champions League at Lazio. So joining Liverpool, he's going to be able to play in that tie against Porto, and who knows, perhaps if you go forward, you may face off de Vrij with someone against like Barcelona, and that's when you need your defense to shine.